Yes, sir. Welcome, new visitors. Thanks, Kai. Stephen A. in the house. How's it going, my friends? Lisa Eckerly. Nice to see you guys. I appreciate it. As always, same amazing, supportive people come by. Hey, all is good in the hood, Lisa. Actually, things are pretty good. I had such a bad allergy, guys, that my friggin' eye trying to find which food. And yeah, c'est pas le fromage. I think it's bread or something that I'm gonna have to do. Hey, allez house. Ce week-end, j'ai affaire à sortir pour aller chercher mon infrarouge. En même temps, dans une couple de jours au maximum, je vais pouvoir quand même faire. I want to still do that song, bro, and show you the notes a bit and the Matrix one and stuff like that. Maybe get some words up. So I will, with pleasure, send that back to you. I have plenty of time to do that this weekend. So the infrared was the SD cards burnt another SD card. Hopefully it's not the camera that was burned. I don't think so. Hopefully not. It's the card. And the cards, sometimes they don't last very long, and sometimes they last longer. They can last from 3 months to a year. We have a lot to talk about today. I have a lot to talk about today to keep things interesting for you all. I went over the space news to see what was new with the space news. I don't know if, I was going to start one hell of a stream, call it the Immaculate Misconception or the Immaculate Deception, and just talk about aliens, humans, and God, and what was taken out and what was put in with the lies and everything. But we often do that without having necessarily a subject of doing that. We still try to bring up some interesting subjects here. And thanks to all of you, Bruce Sees All is all of you guys and me together, because if not, there wouldn't be a Bruce Sees All channel, that's for sure. What's the wind doing here? Oh, a little bit of wind. That's okay. No problem. I got nothing against that. A little bit of sun coming up on the horizon too. Static electricity starting on my face. I don't know if those of you who stream have problems with static electricity on your faces while you're streaming in front of a microphone. It feels like my hair is just hovering and standing up. But I'm a low energy capable. I'm not energy capable. I think I have problems with energy. We have Lisa. I am Kai. Thanks for being here. We had some fun watching Sab the Seeker the other day, his channel, when he made a go-kart. Well, I can't go as well, actually sort of motorcycle, more like a chappy or choppy, they used to call them back in the days, those little red bikes. I don't know if you guys had them down in the States. Actually, they're probably from the States. But we had some fun on Sab the Seeker's channel. If you guys want to check it out and see what he built. We got Kai building a badass mobile too, which is going to be fun to see. Thanks again, Eddie House, for being here, you guys. Stephen A. Can't thank you enough for the support, man. So a couple of you guys mentioned to me a heads up about third phase of moon. I got so much respect for all the channels out there. And often when I talk about these channels, people go, I don't like him or I do like him. It doesn't matter. We can like or dislike people. But in general, some of you had suggested to me, why don't you reach third phase of moon and get a couple of videos there? He's obviously going to show them. But I just want to let you know that I did it. And I did it a couple of weeks ago. I haven't mentioned it. And of course, well, they're very busy, but the research didn't come back up. So that's year 3 trying. But like I said, I'm not one to plaster my links all over people's channels. That's your job to do it, because I guess a lot of people do that. That's how it is. When in my comment section, I talked about chemtrail and people were talking about a channel, Monkeyworks, channel I've known for years. But, people have a tendency of saying, well, go check that out. Go check that out. Go check that out. You'll see that channel. That's okay, because it's sharing the channels. But I had at least 60 to 70 comments about the Monkeyworks. And I laughed about the last video because I got over 190 comments of people said British Airways. So I can confirm that the plane I was filming was British Airways. Lots of controversy, right, around the chemtrails. Are the passenger planes spraying? Are the passenger planes not spraying? And a lot of people fight about that. And I think so. I really think so, that all planes basically, maybe not all have the nozzles, but are all implicated and quite simply spraying without them even knowing. They're not the ones going to the back putting the products in the plane there. They're hired by a company sitting down and smoke chems. I believe passenger planes can also do it. And if not, well, we'd have a problem, because I showed a British Airways plane, British Airways or British Airline, whatever, British plane, British, flying over the house here, both 3 years ago and this week. This week it had no chems at the back coming out making long lines. It just had the close lines, which contrails. A lot of you gave me information about the chemtrails and the products, depending on the temperatures. Yes, barometric pressures, everything changes with temperature. So does the speed of light. The speed of light here is not the speed of light there. In space, everything changes based on, like here on Earth, first of all, the jets flying around at sea level or not. There's a difference in the speed, and the gauges trip. You can see the tripping of the gauges. But whether chemtrails leave smoke, and some of you told me, well, Bruce, some of the chemtrails now, however you guys found that out, which I'm not researching everything, so I took your word for it. A lot of you told me that some of the products are sprayed are not making lines in the sky, and that could be very obvious. So I agree with that 100%. Damn. Hey, merci mon ami. Thanks, you guys. Merci mon frère. Thanks again, Stephen A. So maybe we'll get a response. Third phase of moon one time. I told, listen, guys, you have to talk about this on the moon. You don't have to talk about the whole research, but I said talk about those UFOs on the moon. So what my only understanding is that when people see that video, they're either one, hiding the truth, or they don't believe me. It could be one or the other, you know. But when you ask someone to share your research and they refuse it, you can't get mad at a channel for refusing, quite simply refusing to share your work. They're interviewing a whole shitload of people, these guys, and I have nothing but respect for them. But, you know, that's how it is. Craig 971, nice to see you too, man. Yeah, Craig 971, he's another one that caught something with chemtrail in the sky. It's on his channel. Have you ever seen a chemtrail or a plane? It would be a big plane too. It wasn't a little plane in the sky. They don't make smoke. Made a circle chemtrail. We'll call it a circular chemtrail. And now the pilots and aviation and everything, I know what you're going to tell me. I looked it up. There's a reason sometimes why the planes will do that in a circular motion, but it's still weird. I've never seen that in my life, a circle like Craig 1971 had showed. Christopher Rollins in the house. Hello, Earthlings. Andrew, thanks for being here, man. And everyone disappears. Yes, mods, be on the lookout for trolls today. Ho, they are back in full bloom. They missed me, and I missed them too. Because when the trolls are here, it's letting me know that Bruce is doing some shit to disturb them. So thanks again, Stephen A. Again, Andrew, Ryan Lepensi, thanks so much, man, for everything. Nasele House, F Donkey, hello to you. Leah, how's it going? Nice to see you. Thanks a lot. It should a little bit of when I can come on, it's not so bad. I think everyone, this is the way I looked at it, is that everybody has an ailment or something that bugs them, whether it be an elbow, an eye, an ear, a throat, or maybe someone has a tooth problem that never fixes, and all his life goes, I got a sore mouth. But we live with these pains, and I'm good. I mean, if I can see once in a while with the eye, it's not so bad. I'll tell you what fixes it all the time, guys. Fasting. The minute I stop eating for 2 days, you're going to say you got to eat. Yes, I got to eat. But when I stop for a day or two, which is healthy, by the way, even though they said in the past it wasn't. Remember that So anyways, one thing at a time. That's what I do. You know the doctor that says an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, now doctors are saying, don't eat those friggin' apples. They're full of sugar. So who the hell do you want to believe, right? Me eating rice for about a year saying, gripes, I'm going to lose weight. And people are telling me, watch it, Bruce, don't eat too much rice. You'll get fat. Well, what the hell can I eat that I won't get fat? I'm not just going to eat friggin', sugar packets, which is not good. Hey, sugar. They're talking about sugar production. They want to take away our sweet tooths, guys, because they say it's the carbon problem, the carbon footprint problem. They want to stop sugar making in Brazil and all these, sugar cane and all that. So we must be very, very worried about that. Did you hear Bill? No, not Bill Gates. I want to blame Bill Gates. Oh, he's funding Chinese military for missiles and stuff like that. Well, that's just a little extra one. A whole bunch of news coming up. The World Economic Forum, the WF, for those who don't know about it, you have to. If you don't know about the World Economic Forum, it's because you don't know what they're doing with the pandemic. and they're talking about taking away private owner vehicles off the road around the world. And they're talking about it. They're going to be trying to pass bills on it. Now, how long is it going to take for other countries to start hearing about that? There's even a group that somebody started making flats on tires for cars that are too big and taking up the carbon footprint. Now, you see, that's what the government wants us to do. That's not something I would do at all. I'm not going to get mad at the guy next door for having 3 Broncos or big ass trucks. Sure, I can say maybe it's not a good idea, but the problem is that we were born into this system with an idea already implanted and the perception already implanted. And that was get money, retire, get a boat, maybe a Harley, maybe both, right? Save up and accumulate things. Some people are have more things than others. Some people are more materialistic, but it doesn't matter. It shouldn't be the fault. Like, I mean, am I going to give shit to somebody that has a van because he has 6 kids and he's continually bringing big loads of stuff for his business or something? Having a truck at home or having a big van, I don't think by causing flat tires on trucks that it's going to stop them from, getting the trucks. As a matter of fact, those idiots that are making flat tires on the trucks, I understand it must be a young group or something that's trying to go against the government, but it's not going to help when those trucks have to call a big ass tow truck flatbed to slap that truck on top of it and then drive 15, 20, 30 kilometers away from the area that you were trying to save from carbon. So, the silly things that people do about, disobey. I mean, it's not hard to understand when the government starts asking you to do things that are illegitimate, not normal. Well, based on your common sense, don't do it. Don't do it. And others will do the same thing as you, not do it. But starting malicious groups and stuff, protesting is malicious enough because they won't let us protest. We go outside to protest and then they're pissed at us for protesting. We're domestic terrorists and all that. It's ridiculous. Biden, that's what he's been doing for the past 2 years, trying to find ways how they can jail conservatives and jail the ones that are Trump followers, which is absolutely ridiculous, whether you like him or not. Julian Floyd, thank you for that amazing shirt. I have a pantless alien here with his cool shirt that Julie gave me along with the hat too and everything. Love you guys. Thanks a lot. Which is my everyday hat now. The other one there. I love my little Space Force hat. At the neighbors talking, oh, he's on welfare, lives at home. That's what they think of me. Bruce they think I'm on welfare and that I'm at home and that I go out to cut my grass and that's about it, What do you want me to do? I'm working. I'm outside at night making noise all night till 5 a.m. while everyone's sleeping by myself, seeing beautiful UFOs go by, flashing at me. One even came down to the house just a couple of years ago. And it's something that just that one capture for me was something amazing. Karen, how's it going? Hey, Red Foreman, thanks for coming back, you guys. Burn in the house. Appreciate that, everyone. Annette in the house. Hello. I get allergic reactions to brown eggs. So it's funny you say that, but that's how it is. Like certain little things, and I believe that, yeah, man, I believe that when we're born, right off the bat, there's in our own vaccines when we're younger, the regular ones, not the against the pandemic. I do believe that it causes things like autism and a whole bunch of things. And fact checkers have no bloody business here when it's just a theory or an opinion or me wondering about things. Fact checkers shouldn't be stopping people from asking questions. And that's, something that pisses me off. But Eddie Bryan, thanks so much, brother. Happy Friday. Eddie from Dublin, Ireland. Man, thank you for the generous contributions. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Awesome. Lisa, thank God it is Friday. I'll tell you that. Stephen A, absolutely. Book of Enoch. I've been reading it a lot. Like I was talking with Elias the other day, like Elias was saying, it talks a lot about the extraterrestrial, the Anunnaki sort of part. And that's, for me, is missing in my research because I'm researching based on what I'm finding on the moon. I don't necessarily go and research things at all. Actually, it all came from my research. Based on my research, well, I went to all these other areas, and I don't integrate this as a religious channel, but UFOs, okay, really has to do a lot with theology, religion. It really does. Paranormal. I think it's all one branch of a whole bunch of fields: ufology, paranormal researching. You have the study of religion, the theologists and theologians, or however, whatever you call them. I think it's important to not necessarily word for word follow what the Bible is saying, but to go pick out the pieces that are really interesting and that are alien related. To each his own. For me, I'm very interested in that. And somebody told me, Bruce, imagine they're all talking about planets. It's astronomy when you read the Bible. I get it. I see it in theory, like I said, and I think there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that, because it doesn't take away that God and Jesus exists. I'm just saying that the way God and Jesus was presented to us, in theory, imagine if, only if, that there was a part that was left out, and that we weren't able, because of that missing part, to understand exactly who Jesus really is. That's the way I look at it. I believe a lot of parts were omitted out of the Bible. Lisa, I say hi to Lisa a lot because she's awesome. Bobana, thanks for being here, you guys. Bobana in the house. Thank you, my friends. Merci à house. Thanks, bro. Who else do we have here? We have George. How's it going, brother? And Kansas. Thanks a lot, Kansas in the house. My American friends, always so cool. See, American friends that started the channel. Then I got people from England, Scotland, Craig, 971, and all these amazing people that came to support the channel. Yeah, it was cool, Lisa. Sab, another cool guy. He sent me a gift also, Sab, a year ago. I think maybe even 2 years ago. And it's over there. A beautiful, nice, big, dark plate with a message on it. And, made it himself. I mean, listen, comes from the heart. And it's always greatly appreciated. And that's what I was talking to with, yes, yes, it is, with the family members this year, just how they were telling me, Bruce, your channel's not going up in the views, but you're so lucky to have the channel up, that there's a community, and we really are small. We're a little niche of a community here, but we're a real community. It's real people that come by. If you're new to this channel, let us know, which you will see. You will not see many people coming here unless the trolls are the opposite. I'm not saying you're a troll if you're saying you're new, but I'm telling you, if you're new, I don't know where the heck you came from, because there's a lot of new people go elsewhere. They don't come here. During the month, yesterday I lost 7 subs, 30 subs the day before. So when I get 100 subs in the month after, I lose those 100 subs, goes down, goes up. We're at 92 now, 0.8, which is just 799, maybe 802, 92,802. But when I did in March or February, I told people, when are we going to hit 92? We're going to hit 92 real soon, guys. That was in March. So now we're in July, the end of July. We're going to be starting August. What's the month after August? Yeah. We're going to be starting August, and still not that many subscribers. So no, it's not about complaining. It's about legitimacy and legality. I like making up words, but I think it is a word. Legal things. YouTube should allow the people searching for my channel and for space to quite simply go to all the space channels. If you're looking for NASA, you should go to NASA. If you're looking for UFO videos, well, UFO videos should come up. Go on YouTube and type UFO videos, and you're gonna see Elizondo sitting there, which has been there for like 20 years. You're gonna see CNN. You're gonna see ABC News. All the news that are talking about UFOs, which is nothing. They talk about absolutely nothing. Hey, Darla. Thanks, you guys. Mods in the house. Salutes, Alpha Kush, back in the house. Thanks, you guys. Love you all for taking the time to come back in. We have some really cool news, actually. I'm going to start a little bit about them as we're talking here. I always jot down a bunch of stuff like in the olden days instead of just linking to the video. Buzz Aldrin, in an auction a couple days ago for $2.8 million, sold his coat. A coat that he had on Earth before going up into the shuttle, and it was like $2.8 million. Imagine all those objects when they find out that they never went. I wonder what they're going to say. Good one. The station project after 2024 to build its own spaceship. No, what's that? Russia. So Russia's withdrawing from being with a part of the ISS space station, but they never mentioned it to the States. The States even made a news post about it, saying that they're going to be pulling out. I don't know if it's in they won't be there in 2024. That's for sure. That's when they're pulling out. And an authorization act, Joe Biden is going to be signing the bill for the authorization act because they got no problem with NASA, right? That bill is supposed to permit them to make superconductor chips and stuff, but there's a little part that will permit them what the hell? Will permit the ISS space station from 2024 to 2030 to complete the agenda. They will be there. So the Authorization Act bill is going to permit the ISS space station to continue from 2024 to 2030 for the Artemis program. It all has to do with that. So they're going to have the space station, which I know they're doing now, obviously watching the moon very closely and all the activity from the moon and from here. But there's lots going on. Chinese rocket debris is going to be coming in Saturday, which is tomorrow. There should be some a debris field rocket. So I'm not too happy about China and the US and everyone. All the countries that are in space are absolutely devastating everything around Earth. All that area is filled with debris. We're just living on a heap of garbage. We're processing waste here on the surface, getting us sick through the chimneys and all, and the crap, the pollution, they're spraying us. They got caught in Brazil spraying pesticides in the chemtrails. Pesticides, like we were animals over human, like on the human beings. And still people tell me, well, where'd you see that? In the news. I saw that in the news. It doesn't last for very long in the news, and sometimes it goes down. Some people have bad choices of news media, but you have to use your common sense when you look at news. Black hole VFTS 243. So it's considered a dormant black hole that they found. Now here's where I don't understand something, okay? Many things I don't understand. Albert Einstein came up with a theory that black holes exist and explained his theory about the black holes. And they said, finding the dormant black hole, that, hey, well, Albert Einstein had made a thesis or whatever, a theory on that, and it just so happens that it exists. How the hell would he know that? Black holes in space, right? Gravity wave being a ripple. How would he know all these things unless he was in this very deep secret society? Science back in the days was far more evolved today, the public science, what we know about. But the ones doing private researching and doing secret projects are far more advanced and probably more understanding and science-wise as compared to the ones, the big professional scientists that are working and being presented to the public. They have, they must sign contracts. They must do a lot not to be able to talk about other things, so. How so, Lisa? Them two, a channel of 700,000 some subscribers. He was there for a while. Should have been probably over 1 million, probably about a year ago. Find these channels take a long time to, but at least those channels are getting 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000 views. And that's a good thing that people are going to space channels and they're not being banned. But why would certain silly little channels like me be blocked? Well, my guess is as good as yours. Kanoi, salut. Yeah, man, that's how I look at it, you know? That's how I look at it. But I do so appreciate those of you that do go there, and I've seen some of you there, and I see some of you here. For me, it's a win-win situation. It's where truth seekers are truth seekers. They're going to go to the channel, whether they like the guy or not, to look at information. They won't necessarily support the channel, you know, like Stephen A. does here, and being a member and everything, especially, you know. But for whatever the reason, some of those channels are being banned. Well, I think it's pretty obvious why they're being banned. I think it is definitely because certain things are being shown to the public that they don't want to come out, unfortunately. So a dormant black hole with I think it's 12 times the size of the sun, 15 times the size of the sun, 9 times the size of the sun, and there's a big ass star beside it. This is in the cloud up in the Milky Way, by the way. Big ass cloud beside it. That's not the black hole that I was talking to you about, which is Sagittarius A, was designated a star as of last year, and now it is a known black hole that's in the Milky Way. CERN doing projects on changing the way plasma, changing the plasma wavelength is what they're trying to do. I'm not even going to be able to explain it, even though I understand a little bit in my head. They're looking for a way to go further out in space. CERN is a big part of NASA, okay, in collaboration, if it's not them themselves, to try to get out into space, further out into space. They're not just studying black holes. They're, you know, are they going to send a probe into a black hole? I think it's pretty obvious. It wouldn't be very hard. You send a satellite right into the black hole, and then you track it as far as you can, and then you try to see if it comes out somewhere else in the galaxy. Seems to me to be easy enough. I don't know. Black holes are extremely dense. Extremely dense. If you're in Australia, my Australian friends, there's a triple meteoric spectacle set to grace Australia's skies. 3 meteor events all in one at the same time. It'll be looking like fireworks, they're saying, in the sky. So I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but that can be very, very interesting. And there's a page done. There, I'll do like David Letterman, throw the card behind me. Christy had sent me a really cool agenda. Had some fun with that. And yeah, a little bit of news is pretty exciting. So a triple meteor event where I guess you guys in Australia tonight are going to be seeing a shitload of meteors in the sky, and they would be coming from all angles. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. ESA's Envision mission to Venus. They're sending also something. This is just a recap of what's going on. Every week, every month, there's so many things that they're talking about in space and the things that they're doing, you know. And yeah, ESA's Envision mission. It's an Ariane 6 rocket, if I'm not mistaken, a very big rocket that's going to be going there, and they're going to be aero braking, slowing down. They'll be there for 2 years studying the atmosphere of Venus, and it will perform optical, spectral, and radar mapping, right, of the surface. With the aero braking, instead of them using fuel to slow themselves down, they're going to enter a very rugged part around planet Venus, very hot area, and it's going to slow down the probe, satellite, whatever, Envision, and it's going to bring it about 130 kilometers down towards the surface in the sky, 130 kilometers up. You imagine? That's like literally trying to land. So they're looking at the process of how they're going to be landing. Most likely a year or two ago, Russia said in 2023, as of 2023, they were going to send a manned mission to Venus to land Russian astronauts on the surface of Venus. So with them breaking away from the ISS space station, it's pretty obvious that it was something that was inevitable with the war in Ukraine and Russia, that at one point, for me, it doesn't make any sense seeing Chinese astronauts, American astronauts, and Russian astronauts sitting in space together, sharing all the good shit that's going on in each of their countries, probably laughing at their governments. It doesn't make any sense when they say that we're at war down here, but up there, everything's collaboration. They're going to be doing projects together and missions together. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Thank you very much, Eddie. I wish you an amazing Friday, too. You can check them out and at Third Phase of Moon. It's a big space channel. Listen, I got my opinions too, and like me here, not every video is. You just check them out. You can check them out and see what you think of them. And one day, hopefully, they'll talk about my. I want it leaked. I want my research on the moon, those winding UFOs, to be out to the whole world. But you know why they're not doing it? I'll tell you a really big secret, something I should be shutting up about. I think what I caught can possibly be hypersonic drones. When we're talking something going hypersonic, we're talking about Mach 5 and up. Mach 5 is faster than the speed of sound, and Mach 5 would crush the bones inside of our body. So what I caught flying around the moon, going from left to right, possibly could be something else like a hypersonic missile or drone. And hypersonic drones have a tendency to go out of their trajectory, and they wind from left to right. That's information that's very, very important on top of showing the research. Have I ever said that while showing the research? No, they're going to shut it down. I believe they're going to shut me right down because they don't want my theories to come too close to what reality is. So, and when you get close in your theory to some of the reality of what's happening, they could possibly, do something to stop you. I believe that this past few weeks, I've seen the worst lightning storms I've ever seen. Earth is changing. Really is, Christopher Rollins. We've been talking about that all year, man, right? All the heat, everything is definitely changing. I'm noticing it here. We're all noticing the sky's changing too. It's definitely Gabber Beast TV in the house. Thanks a lot, man. Good day, Bruce. How are you, mate? Not bad, man. A little bit of the allergy bloody problems you can see there, but I'm doing good. Yes, Beth. No, yes. Happy you're here too. Love you, Beth. Thanks so much for the amazing contributions and help and support that you guys have given over the years here in every way, from Gabber Beast to everyone, from becoming members, from helping out in the comments and stuff. It's I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that, and I thank you so much. Hey, exactly, Australia. You guys can check out Gabber Beast's video. Also gets UFOs and does infrared too, like a lot of people do here. Christopher Rollins on the moon. Peter Benton has a UFO channel, UFO video. Peter Benton, it went up to 5.1K views. I was very happy about that. I don't know if it's because I shared it. Probably not, because Bruce doesn't get many views, but you should check it out because I've never seen a UFO video that good. It's just a craft in the sky. It's not. I wouldn't even put it as a title UFO. Peter Benton got a real craft shape with, it looks like a raindrop, right? Raindrop with the nose is coming in, and it's very, very roundish and shiny in the sky. Peter Benton got that the other day. So Gabber Beast will be looking up for some incredible meteor showers. If I'm not mistaken, it should be tonight, and I guess 2 or 3 events at the same time for you guys. But when they say that, I don't think we don't see usually that much, right? Hopefully we will. Right on, Annette. They're trying to get into the Sasquatch theory and are getting hooked up with the wrong people in that field. Yeah, I believe that. Hey, I'm so sorry, Mick. I promise to keep it interesting. Hey, Seattle in the house. Sing the Star Scream. Thank you so much. Don't make me choke on my coffee there. I got having some good laughs in the community here the other day, as we always do. And Signet Starscream, another amazing contributor to the channel. Thanks for the comments, the support, man. Can't thank you guys enough. Mix Ma'am, how's it going? Hey, Bruce and Mods, chat persons, early today. Hope all are well. Thank you so much. I've been better, but doing pretty good. It's the world is not doing too good, I guess, eh? Crimson Drums, thanks you guys. What are your thoughts on the doorway on Mars? There's a very interesting one. Let's talk about it. Give me a second and I'll get some coffee, guys. Yeah, that doorway on Mars. Well, the first I heard of a doorway or anything to do with Mars of some type of arch or doorway or arc or doorway, whatever you want to call it, is Andrew Basiago. I'm starting to forget some of the names. If you're like me, I research, I can memorize stuff, a whole page, and I talk about it. The next day, don't ask me what I talked about. Most of the time, I forget most of the readings. But Andrew Basiago is one that came out very recently, a couple of years ago, not long after the retired defense minister from Israel, right, Haim Eshed, trying to remember the names, spoke about a hybrid alien being that was working with Americans and that was living on the inside of Mars. So could that doorway have to do with that? And that's not just stuff that I'm bringing up in the air. It's stuff that's on the news. Andrew Basiago, with his father, apparently was on a secret project mission of some type where they were teleported or of some type of teleportation device, teleported, not traveling through time, but traveling through the present, right? Very two different things. Landing on Mars in an underground archaeological site that apparently is built with recent machine, the machines that built it and made a portal, right? Stargate, if you want. Hey, thank you so much, Leah. Thank you very much. Love you for it. Thanks, you guys. How thoughtful. So that one, Crimson Drums, yes, it makes me really wonder and think about that. A couple of months ago, I posted a video. I think it was on the members though, or maybe not. Maybe I did show it on this side. It was a crashed, downed UFO on Mars, and it's definitely, so long me, a definite UFO that's on Mars. So now, how old is it? Is it 100,000 years old? Is it recent? But you know, UFOs exist, and the big secret is that it'll be near impossible all the time to know which UFO is an alien or human or secret project. And now we got drones. Wow, how is that going to help? Right? A lot of drones that are going to be out there. But I'm telling you, hypersonic drones, if that's what I caught over the moon while they were firing on the moon. So that is definitely something they would want to leave it out. I have visual evidence and proof in real documented videos that there are explosions on the moon. I've showed them some, like most of the people that are here, I've seen at least 20, 30 different explosions that I've showed on the moon in different areas, different times, all the same captures, right? They're talking about during the last UFO report, they said, well, those triangular shapes that the movie director showed leaked from one of the Air Force people apparently is not real. Now they're saying, not that it's not real, but it was a mistake, because they're saying that they did tests and that the cameras are making the objects triangular. Maybe get a new camera. What the hell is that? What do you mean making, saying that the object was triangular because the camera made it triangular? Jeez, get a new camera. I think it's just ridiculous when they say things, shit like that. But Captain Kangaroo, gosh, I miss him. You're bringing me way back, man. Bring me way back to before my dad even died. Way back to 5, 6 years old. Captain Kangaroo. I used to love his sideburns. I'd bounce from Captain Kangaroo to the Tickle Trunk. Mr. Dressup. Hello, Mr. Dressup. This Tickle Trunk. That sounded bad, eh? A man that has a show for kids and he has a tickle trunk. Why don't you like Mr. Dress Up? He used to put me in the tickle trunk and tickle me. Anyways, won't get into that. I have a pic of the interior of a plane that had been retrofitted for chemtrails. Absolutely. I've seen the videos, and I've seen some in Spain and Brazil. It's funny, eh? The ones that got caught spraying pesticides, they explain where the two levers were inside, when and how they applied it, and the products that go in it. They didn't talk about it, but they were showing it all. It's real. Geoengineering is real. It started back in the 40s. The first chemtrail spray would have been, if you look it up, they say in New York. You see, that's how it is, Lisa. I also have a lot of military friends, and I get some intel a lot from some of the ones that are working both in the States and in Canada, even here in Canada. And that's what they said. They're all retrofitted, most of them. And that plane that I saw going by that didn't seem to be spraying was off radar. And then a lot of military people were coming and talking about transcoders, and they would have an escort with it. They're all supposed to be on radar, but it makes for good conversation, that's for sure. Ronaldo, thanks for being here. Brazil in the house. Thank you very much, my friends from Brazil. That could be. Some of them could definitely be paid off. He wanted to do a collaboration with me. He reached me. I don't know which one, Blake or one of the two brother cousins. I don't know why they say that's weird. One of the cousins, I guess because they're close, just being silly, reached me, came exactly to a live stream. I don't know if Darla remembers that. Darla or anybody, do you remember Third Phase of Moon coming to the stream saying that, the channel was amazing and that he wanted to collaborate on a couple of videos? I said, let's do it. Reached him right away, sent a whole bunch of information. And no, that's not true. I reached him without sending a lot of information. I sent them one video, but I sent the best one. I sent to him, Third Phase of Moon, the UFO that came out of the sky and came down to my house. And I told him, put that up on your channel and you'll get 3 million views. And he doesn't want to. But he just didn't. I'm not saying he doesn't want to. He didn't tell me he didn't want to. He's never been rude to me. Even responded to my email. We'll try to fit it in a week. And I'm like, hey, I'm not here for you to try to fit me in. I'm here to expose the truth. If you're trying to expose the freaking moon and they're saying that there's buildings up there and that there's bases up there and that they're hiding stuff up there, why don't you show some real videos? 14-inch telescope. Not a lot of people have the 14-inch telescope. Yeah, I'm proud of it. Of course I'm proud of it. My mother says it all the time. She goes, where are all the videos of people with 14-inch telescopes? Christopher Rowland has a 14-inch telescope. Not a lot of people have 14-inch telescopes. You never see any videos done with 14-inch telescopes showing the moon. And the ones that did, I've seen 16 inches, 43 inches scopes. It's showing a farther away because people don't understand that. But a telescope of 28 inches, 32 inches, just looking at the moon is not going to be as close as me because I'm actually zooming in to the image, and it's done in a very professional way to be able to see clear surface images. Sometimes I zoom in too much, like the last chemtrail video where I was too close to this little spray at the back of the plane. It was the whole bloody page, but that was funny. Thanks, Darla. Oop, things jumping around. There must be some trolls. I'll go to the bottom. Hey, F Donkey, thanks a lot, man. Netherlands, they spray people to start, be aggressive, and fight for the next days. Yeah, you got to wonder. Thanks again, Ronaldo. Muchas gracias, amigo. Canal de Investigación. Thank you, Ronaldo from Brazil. Yeah, is it changing, affecting the moods? Again, my mother, a smart woman, talks about it all the time. Because people are going crazy. Look at the people, how they're acting. They're losing it, right? It's like they're all like in the Bible when they all wanted to get up high up to the sky and they started building that giant construction of an object, and Tower of Babel, going to the top, and they said that they became crazy as they started to go up higher and higher and higher in altitude. Would explain their crazy astronauts. Thanks again, Eddie. Beth Noyes in the house. I'm going to scroll down to keep up with the time, which I don't usually do. Nick Bowers here. Nick, I just saw you, man. You said it, bro. Listen, bruh. Dr. Pepper is my favorite drink. And there's another drink I really used to like drinking, which nobody will know about. Maybe one person. I bet you Lisa will know about it. Fresca. I don't know why I said Lisa. Just assumed. Fresca. Remember that drink? Damien G, thanks so much, bro, for being here, for having become a member too. Welcome to the community, you guys. And thanks for coming to the live stream. I'm doing very, very good. A little bit of allergies, but the rest is really, really good. I'm going to get, just ordered 2 more SD cards, which I'm going to be only opening one. I'm not going to open both of them like I did the last time, because 2 more, I'm up to about 11 now, I think, of these cards. Maybe I'll start sticking them on the wall in the back to see how many I go through. Not a very good card to get, I'm telling you. SD cards, a micro SD card. So I put this in my infrared, and then I put it back in there. And I'm pretty sure that because of this little pocket purse is the reason why most of them are not working. Tried changing the pockets, and sometimes you wonder, is it in the right pocket or not? So I tried the Kingstons, though, this time. Lasted a little longer. The Kingstons, as compared to the SanDisk. SanDisk is always breaking on my end. Sorry, SanDisk. Your clips are shit. Actually, let me see something. No, okay. Just making sure. I said, watch if it wasn't me that knocked it out. There's a little switch on it. So I'll be getting my SD cards to be able to go back outside to do some more searching. I have some footage from the 23rd or 24th that I still have. I'll get that up today for you all. Keith Point. Damien, thanks again, brother. I don't know, Keith. I'm telling you, things are getting pretty crazy here. Okay, yes, roll with it. What are we going to do? Roll with it. That's what we do. I guess that's what we do. Divine Sorcerer in the house. Thanks so much, man. My paranormal researching friend. Thanks a lot, else. I appreciate that, man. Yep. Real water. You got diarrhea? Stop drinking bottled water. I don't know why I said that. Heard that this afternoon. Yeah. It's important to have some proper amoeba by drinking regular tap water once in a while. Even though the regular tap water with amoeba is filled with fluoride, I think it's, I don't know. I think I'd stick to the bottled water. Once in a while, just open your mouth in the lake when you're swimming. Maybe it would be the best thing. Why aren't all the oceans of the world salt water? Very interesting, eh? Well, it turns out that all oceans and all rivers and lakes, even where there's no salt water, does have salt in the water. You know where the salt in the water is coming from? So they say. Erosion. Yeah. Erosion from the physical islands and earth, the ground, eroding, rain falling where the erosion is, bringing that into the water, thus bringing chloride and something like that. And that's how the oceans became salty, apparently. But I was curious, and I was talking with a family member this afternoon. I said, Chris, are all the oceans salty? Those are things that you never I never thought of, looking up. And so someone will ask me that question. I look really dumb, but I wouldn't know what to answer. But Arctic Ocean and Antarctic Ocean, obviously because of the temperatures, probably because they're colder, is a lot less saline in the water, a lot less salt in the water. Even the regular rivers here have a small quantity of salt in all water sources around Earth because of the erosion. So you learn something new every day. I don't know if it's true, it's because of that, but either way. Have you guys been hearing about the space bubbles that Bill Gates wants to block out the sun's rays? He was talking about putting chalk at one point. I mentioned this last stream. Very interesting. Space bubbles. It's going to be the size of Brazil, and it's going to be in probably L1, past the Kuiper Belt or wherever. It's going to be in the area where there's not a lot of movement in space. So they say, even though James Webb Telescope is there and got hit by 5 meteoroids, one even damaging, maybe 2, damaging the surface of the telescope. But they say they're all good. I guess they got some repair people out there that can call. Thank you, Darla. Question everything, Bruce. Fact checkers. Yes, question everything. Because sometimes, yeah, Afflekush. Yes. Wax on, wax off. Yeah, it's true, Gabber Beast. Sometimes we hear things that are convincing and that we fall in love with certain theories. We can't stay stuck on them, though. And again, all of us here debating, everyone can be right. Everything is just a theory. No matter how well informed you are, you can bring up all these theories and stuff, and it doesn't mean that you are right. And I'm talking about myself here, but that's how it is. We learn. Thank you, Darla. If you guys want to send me some spaceship parts, just don't send any anthrax. You can send it to that address. No, same here, Chris. Exactly. Fact checking. We go to jail if they start fact checking us. Having the book of Enoch read to me, I'm so lazy. Annette, don't feel bad. I admit that I've done the same thing. But you know what, sister? It freaking helps. I listened to the book of Enoch 4 very long videos on YouTube where it was just the reading of it. Also, even in the Bible, the Revelations from Matthew, all the beginning, the Old Testaments, you could have all this stuff read to you. And some things really click when they start coming up with a lot of stuff. Lisa Birch, how's it going? Yes, the Brewsters are in the house. Lightning Will.i.am, Robin. That means so much. Thank you so much. I try to keep it interesting. I find they're interesting. Hey, speak of the devil. How's it going, mate? Sab the Seeker here. We're just talking about the cool stream that you did. Not enough time, not enough people to go to everyone's channels. If that's all we had to do is just sit down and talk amongst ourselves, have some wine and beer online and spliff it up and just go channel to channel, talking about what our kids are doing and sharing pictures. But we got a system that's keeping us from doing a lot of those things. So like me working for myself at home with almost zero to no salary has been the most therapeutic time of my life. I have to admit, been in deep meditation for 6 years now by myself. I don't have physical friends. I have robot friends, bots, and I have you guys online. My physical friends are online, and I've been able to focus and do my work. And, just, hey, you got to thank me for that. I'm doing like the priest there, keeping myself a virgin there for 6 years without having sex. Yeah, it wasn't it was just because I wasn't getting out. But either way, it's a sacrifice that I'm doing to be able to share with the world some of this knowledge. The most important, guys, whatever you do in life, and gals, keep it fun. If there's no fun in life, it's not worth living. That's how I see it. Thanks, Beth. Thank you so much, Beth. Generous contributions. I was telling my dad that there are buildings on the moon. He laughed at me, but hey, I planted the seed. That's very good. That's what you got to do. It's tricky, right? I showed him your videos. He wasn't laughing. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Beth. I love you for it. Big hug, big kiss. Yeah, and visual proof for a lot of people, that's all it takes. A lot of people here, I have to really thank you, because some of you people come here skeptical, which is normal, as I am. And at the same time, with one eye open, to really, and one eye closed, to sort of give or take what I'm saying. And most of you, I hope, are coming here to watch the videos, coming up with your own opinions. It doesn't have to be Bruce caught that, so his opinion goes with what he said, right? Bruce is wrong as anyone else at times, and most likely, pretty sure. And I learn a lot from you guys when you come here, really do. But that's amazing information, Beth. No, yes, I love you for that, for doing so. And it's not easy for them, Think of it, generation to generation, believing something the whole time, and seeing they went to the moon, and they showed they went to the moon, and they did this, and now you have the astronauts themselves sitting down, Buzz Aldrin, and saying nobody saw the moon landing. So why would they say that, 60 some 50 some years later? It's ridiculous. Thanks again, Beth. And Nag Hammadi, I've heard of Nag Hammadi, the Archons. I have heard of that. F Donkey, thank you. The Anunnaki, I had not researched an Anunnaki ever, except for a minimum basics of what's going on. It is worth going on YouTube and watching a video, the ones that talk about the history of it. And some people do incredible work. They go and tell you where in the Bible it is, and they compare what that means with the Bible. But you got to take it with a grain of salt, and you got to leave some of the opinions of other people, leave them aside if you don't disagree with them, but don't discredit them. You really can't. I do it myself. I discredit a lot of people. I think everyone will do that. Someone will come here and say, I got much respect for what you say, but I disagree and you're wrong. Like to pick a little, but in reality, most of us are right on a lot of the theories that we're bringing to the table here, especially on this channel. Kelly Walker, thank you so much. Hey, Bruce, it's Peter Bendon on. Hey, thank you. Thanks, you guys. Hi, Peter and Kelly on Kelly's channel. Lol, phone's dead. I appreciate that. Guess where we've been? Stratford again. Loved it. Hope everyone is doing great. Hope you'll be getting that video up. We're just talking about your channel, bro. Hi to Peter and Kelly at the same time. Listen, you showed a UFO on your channel, man. 5.1 thousand the video got up to. I have never seen a UFO video that convincing where it showed an object in the sky. Okay, it's absolutely incredible seeing an object like that, whether it be a video or a picture. It was still absolutely incredible. And I was talking about it because I think more people should get the chance to look at it. And if you got up to 5.1 thousand, it's because definitely maybe some people were taking a look at it. It was in the shape of a raindrop. Thanks a lot, you guys. Kelly Walker, thank you so much, you guys. Yes, that Book of Enoch. Hey, Lightning, Will I Am Robin, thank you very much for the generous contributions, you guys. I'm not a nice person not thanking you all. I hope you're still here. Lightning, Will I Am Robin, thank you very much. You do have some really, I thank you so much. I appreciate that. 217. You have some amazing videos. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us. Well, thanks for enduring me, and thanks for allowing me to share this. For me, it was, I was so spiritually into sharing a part of the truth in religion that's hidden without even necessarily writing a thesis or coming up with confirmed evidence all the time. It's to get people to realize that some of the things that they're saying, doesn't fit. And I'm not here to take religion away. I'm here for people. I've said this many times. I'm here for people to integrate into their religion, the religious people, or not. We got atheists here. We got religious people here. It doesn't matter. We all believe in something, and we all use visual evidence to sometimes, some of us anyways, to decipher exactly what the hell we're seeing. Because, hey, Bruce, do you use the illuminator on your Bushnell Z2? If you do, how do you find the rechargeable battery life, man? Wow. Thanks for asking. I'm very, very lucky. Hang on, man. I'm going to go get it. In case people have not seen it yet. Craig 1971. I am very lucky to have. I'm going to show also because I want you guys to see that. batteries are expensive. So obviously, one of my first questions when I bought the infrared, the Bushnell infrared, is I wanted to know, this one's bigger, 50 millimeters. I got some 20, 30, and that changes. I got 3 models now, all the same model, but different capabilities. It weighs a ton, 3 or 4 pounds, very heavy, doesn't waddle. It has waterproof on it. Anyways, long story short, that's definitely a good one. So the microchip goes in that, right? The microchip goes underneath here, and I got all the connections, and I have to find a connection to put to the television. Maybe I'd be able to do some live streams. I was thinking of it. The infrared light, which is on here, the infrared light, different capabilities. You got the power, in and out zoom. You have the infrared lights 1, 2, and 3, maybe even 4, 5, and 6, and 8. It goes up a lot. And you have the record button. The batteries I use with my infrared are rechargeable batteries like this. There's 4 of them in there. I didn't want them to fall out. Just Energizer, of course. Oi! Energizer. With a charger where you sit the batteries in there. I've had this for several years, the charger, which I paid 10, 15, 20 bucks for, maybe 50, 20, 30 bucks for. And the 4 batteries, you can pay for about 20 bucks. So if you have 2 sets like that, I have 3 or 4 sets now. How long do the batteries last? Well, my intensity of light, I leave it at mostly 1 or 0. It gathers so much bloody light. I've done the test with the maximum illuminator. I think I was seeing new planets in the Milky Way. It was just crazy how it goes and gets a lot of stuff. But the infrared is very, very strong without zooming in. When you zoom in with an infrared, it's obviously low megapixels, so you can't get a nice view. It's all pixelated when I zoom up. I don't like zooming with this at all. I never do. You'll never see a video where I said, hey, look, I'm zooming up on the ball of light, because it's worse. It's all pixelated. How long do the batteries last? I'm very lucky, man. I'm very lucky because the batteries last from 3 to 4 hours. Those 4 batteries last 3 to 4 hours. They're rechargeable batteries, and I'm able to last a long time. But that's with the illumination very low. Now, to some of you that have infrareds, if you have the Z2, I also have a Z2. I don't like that one. The Z2 has a HUD or a hub, you call it the HUD, I think, where you see lights inside, has hundreds of different lights and gauges all around the Z2 and intensity of light. When I put the Z2, the 4 batteries in the Z2 on the maximum light, I film for 10 to 15 minutes with the Z2. For me, it's shit. The Z2, I don't like it at all. Don't like the Z2 at all. But that one, 4, 5, maybe 3, for sure, 3 complete hours that I use. And in 3 hours, it's record. And I don't stop it. I let it record 4 hours a night. And I bring the 10, 15, 20 minute, 15 minute, an hour sometimes video. I bring it into to see what I filmed the day before, like I'm going to be doing later with the infrared that I filmed on the 23rd. But it doesn't last a very long time with the Z2. But this one does not have any HUD. It's got no lights, and you can see frig all inside when you're changing. You can see well. I mean, but when you're changing the intensities of things, it's on the front. There's a little indicator inside. The Z2, it's a whole HUD. You can have it illuminated in a whole bunch of colors, and it takes so much battery strength away. So that means when you're filming a UFO, what's going to happen is you're going to run out of batteries. You have to run back in. So when you have the rechargeable battery, you can interchange them while you're filming outside. The most I've had running outside was 3 infrared cameras and the telescope. That was a hell of a job night, because you're continually turning and placing the cameras in certain areas. But yeah. Thanks again, the compliments, you guys. Same here, Lisa. It's coming. Yes, in these days, and maybe even yeah, exactly, man. Alpha Kush. I think even recently, very recently. Thank you very much, Stephen A, for listening in, fixing supports on the deck. Listen in between hammers. Thanks again, man. Please help that algorithm and hit that like button, and please feel free to share, subscribe, and remember to hit the bell for future vids. Sab the Seeker, I love you so much. And you guys check out Sab the Seeker's recent stream that he had. One, he's a hell of a good guy, funny guy, you know, and great supporter of this channel, and I appreciate it. Much respect for that. That's like I said, the ones that believe in Jesus as I do. I think there's a possibility that some stories could have been omitted, but that won't be our problem because we will have just put our faith in them anyways. So we'll get through, is what I believe. 144,000 tribes, they say, not 144,000 people. There'll be a lot of people. I got hiccups now. A lot of people going up to heaven, they say, even though there'll be a lot of dead ones here. Divine Sorcerer, thank you so much. George, thanks, man. Love your show. I'm a daily viewer, and I'm so happy every day to see your stuff. I love you for it, man. I appreciate what you're doing and your time. I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you so much, man. Thanks, George. Thanks, Darla. Yes, giggles and laughter is a powerful thing. And man, we need good healing things and laughter just now in this upside down world. It's really true. More power to you, my friend. Thank you very much. Love you, Mix Man. Hey, Kai, can't thank you enough, you guys. Oh, yes, they do. Miss that, guys. Yeah, you know, when you feel crazy sometimes, let it out. That's what I do. I let it out. If you keep it in, you look at those you know, those elderly people that look like they're all like twisted and they're like mad. Let it out. Bobana, hold on. The religious book are from the Gnostic, but yep, they hide a lot of the real Gnostic scriptures. Absolutely. Old Testaments. And you said it, Gnostic Gospels is exactly what you got to look up. And that's where they talk about everything. Like he's saying, real Gnostic scriptures and the Gnosis are like Enoch book, are the same story we found in mythology, like the Sumerians. Yeah. And Anunnaki. Absolutely. Very, very true. Oh, wow. Thanks for letting me know, Boban. I'll try to make myself look a little better. Listen, I had an amazing, I love you for it, Bobana. Hello, everyone else watching on the big screen. What are you guys running for? You doing exercises? Hey, look at you all. They're going to think I can see them now. I'm going to be paranoid. I have a person that works with heavily low mobility people with a brain damage. And I wish they'd come back. And the guy used to show the videos of the moon to those people that had brain damage. And apparently, for those who do have children with brain damage or husbands or wives or family members, not because it was my footage, because I guess the moon is something that keeps the brain looking at all the time, because you have a pattern of shapes coming by all the time, and your brain just never focuses on one thing, and it's just continually searching. So some of the people the people that had the brain damage and injuries shook less by watching moon videos. I thought it was so beautiful of him to share that the teacher over there that was sharing that with his class. So when people share the work, I can't thank you all enough. Kathleen, how's it going? Yes, no problem. I'll watch later because you know what? Yes, Kathleen, take care. Talk to you in a bit. Thanks for being here. Damn right, Sab. Thanks, brother. Now I'm going to scroll down, which I never do it this time. But hey, Bruce is going to crazily scroll down to see all my mods fighting with the trolls, probably on the bottom. We didn't get any sex links yet, did we? I saw good work, mods. That means there must be some people. There we go. Sex addict in the chat. Back him out. Take care of him, guys. Pulverize him. You need help? I'm here. Darina, thank you so much for being here. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Oliver Klein in the house. Thanks, you guys. So welcome all sex addicts. Lucie Paquette, comment ça va? Merci, Lucie. Salut, Bruce. Merci d'être là pour nous informer. Ça bouge dans le ciel en estrie. C'est drôle, hein? Comme ça bouge en estrie, en tout cas. Merci de l'estrie. En plus, ma voisine québécoise, je vois beaucoup de choses dans le ciel depuis quelques semaines. Merci pour cet renseignement. C'est bien apprécié. Oh, there's a naked sex. Naked sex XYZ. Penny Bunny's got to change her title because I recognize her every time. Block user. But I bet you it was already done. Oh, yes, it was already done. My mods were right ahead on it. Merci encore, Lucie Paquette. Lucie, j'imagine que tu es au courant que j'ai la chaîne OVNI Québec Astronomie. Sinon, vous pouvez te rendre à cette chaîne OVNI Québec Astronomie chaque samedi, heure de l'Est à 1h PM, 6 ou 7 heures de Paris. Je fais un direct aussi en français. Puis merci beaucoup d'être passé. Thanks. Hey, Michael from California. Thanks a lot, you guys. Pow, pow, bataille. Redhorn in the house. Thanks, man. Thanks, you guys. Redhorn, thanks for the generous everything, man. The contributions, the support, the comments, and coming to the streams. Can't thank you enough. Hey, Wayne, how's it going? Top of the day to you. Thanks, man. We really do live in a weird world, man. Yes. Absolutely, Gabber Beast. Yes, they are definitely up to no good. Whatever happened to being in contact with Earth Files? Lightning, well, I am Robin. I took your suggestions, guys. Thank you so much for asking me to. I know a lot about Linda Moulton Howe. I looked her up way back many years ago to see what she was talking about. And I'm pretty familiar, as a lot of you are more familiar with all of her work. I was able to send 6 or 7 emails now, but I didn't get a reply from her. So just to let you know that I did try to connect, and listen, I don't blame her in any way. I'm not going to automatically assume they don't want to speak to me. Some of them probably didn't see my emails, as that's my excuse for a lot of you. You know, I'm missing your emails all the bloody time. It's just flooded. But nothing happened. Nothing happened with it. I was in contact with her. I saw Earth Files. I really did see her come to the channel at one point and even commented on a video. And then I had not seen from her or heard from her, of course, but not saying that I reached her and that she didn't respond back. It's that I sent an email and maybe she didn't see it, but that's where we're at for that. You know, Tyler had done the same thing. Tyler from Secure Team twice wanted some videos and came on the channel. Bruce, we're going to send millions of people your way. This work is incredible. And he made a live stream and said that I was filming a screen. It was just pixelation. So that really hurt. It really hurt because he was way up there in the views and stuff. But if you go on Social Blade and you look at what his channel is under, it's under entertainment. Mine's under science and technology. So the smile was missing, so I added the smile because I like being sassy. We see Apollo missions with your telescope. Purple Alien, I was going to say Purple Rain. Purple Alien, thanks for asking. We can see a very detailed surface with very large objects seen on the surface. As for the small objects, my telescope wouldn't even pick them up. And that means how a telescope works. Nobody knows this unless you buy a telescope. And even if you buy a telescope and don't get informed, you're not going to know this. Have you ever watched my footage in great detail and see little bubbles popping up and disappearing, popping up, disappearing, popping up, disappearing? You see it like little dome shapes. They hover and pop up and disappear. That's the focus of the telescope that is focusing in all the larger objects. The smaller, detailed objects will come when we zoom in with bigger telescopes, for example. So as for seeing a flag on the surface, just my belief, I don't think I would get anywhere close to it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I would. I think I would be able to see, though, objects big like maybe something that's 100 feet. I could maybe see a pinpoint, a very small pinpoint. But as for the surface where they landed, the surface that I show on my channel is not like the surface they show. They show a devastated gray surface. I see things going up and down, in and out of the moon. The atmosphere around Pluto, okay, there's so much dust, they say, around Pluto, and that's what's making all the different layers and different levels in the atmosphere of Pluto. Well, let me tell you something. Apollo 8, if I'm not mistaken, when they went around the moon and they saw the sun rising on the horizon of the moon, they said they saw what looks like light scattering. Go look to see if it's possible to see light scattering in microgravity, which means gravity that is very, very low, no oxygen or anything in that atmosphere. And they gave the same excuse for that. So there are so many dust, smokes, and hazes on the moon, maybe even clouds, because we've seen them. I've showed them. Whether it's a natural cloud or not, I don't know. But have you ever heard of sublimation? Different states of water in different forms. Water could be liquid, it could be gaseous, it could be frozen in ice crystals. And one of the reasons why they say there's a lot of dust on the moon could, and I'm saying I got to be careful. I think I came up with that theory. I believe it could be sublimation coming up from the moon. Sublimation means it's the transition from water going from liquid to gaseous forms, or vice versa, because they say that that's what's happening on Pluto, where it's, the red part on Pluto, apparently that's like organisms or a type of vegetation, literally, that was there, that when it breaks down over long periods of time, certain gases come out of the surface. And I'm just talking basically, but sublimation is one of the things I believe the moon could be doing, is that blurry surface you see could be because of sublimation, the different transitions of the water in different states and forms. Did you know that they say that the surface dust is like shards of glass? Whether it be true or not, the astronauts, and I highly doubt it that they went there, but they say that the masks were scratched, the dust accumulated on the suits of the astronauts. It would have been so ridiculous because they would have been really heavy, again, whether they went or not. That's what they're talking about. Now, the new spacesuits for the Artemis program, they're going to have a negative charge. Yeah, a negative charge in the suit to discharge the stickiness of that dust clinging to the suit, which again is much like shards of glass. They say that it affected all the insides of their little base, Eagle base there before they went up, which was funny because when they landed, they ran out of gas. And I guess when they landed, they were able to refuel on the surface. I never understood that one. There's always an excuse, though. They'll say, oh, no, Bruce, they have 2 tanks. They can't switch the tank while they're in the, okay, fuck you. Damn. One of the YouTube channels that were saying on ET was found in Quebec back in the 1950s. So I definitely think there's a UFO highway where you are. I guarantee it. And to the point that even just on the outskirts of Montreal on the other side, people are saying unfreaking real, the amount of lights that you're seeing. Everybody can go and see how many satellites are going over my head. Okay, look up Valleyfield, find out. Look up Montreal. Even you'll see where the satellites are going along the St. Lawrence, and they go over parts of the land. But there's not millions of them going like that there. Okay, and we see the UFOs doing that. Millions of them. The moon has a negative charge on one side and a positive charge. The charge that is not on the side of the sun is creating the surface, maybe sublimation, everything, to push out positive charge on one side. And the side of the sun is attracting, or maybe the opposite. There's one side, I think it's minus 2,000 volts or something, or minus 1,200 volts on one side of the moon. The astronaut suits are only good for 1,000 volts. And then they would get shorted. There's a lot of electricity, they say, on the surface of the moon. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to think anymore myself. All I know is that there was possibly a war up there, definitely happening, because I was able to document some explosions. What do you think about so many planes going around? Toronto here, I don't have any here, like 0 planes. I got 3 little planes that go by, and almost never see a plane in the sky. It's like 15%. When they're diverted, because it depends on the currents, they're continually change off course. They planes follow currents. There's no two ways about it. But there are a lot of planes in the air, from what I'm hearing everyone saying, and my way down the city, all no sound and flying pretty low. That I've not seen yet, where the big planes have gone by and I've not heard the sound, because usually it rumbles like hell here when it goes by. But thanks for sharing that. As for the UFOs, there's lots of them. There's definitely lots of UFOs. I can see and document anywhere from 20 to 100 UFOs in a period of 2 hours. I don't care what anybody says. I've never been outside for 9 hours. Very rare, 9 hours to film UFOs. All I need is a good hour or 2 outside. The most I've ever been, probably about 7-8 hours. Back in the day, it was all night, all the time. Every chance I get with a telescope, it's the same. People are saying, oh, too bad you slowed down on the moon videos. No, I didn't. Unfortunately, well, I did, because there's no moon. But aside from that, I'm not slowing down. Every chance and any chance I get to go outside, I promise you all I will. Alyssa, thank you so much for being members, you guys. Thanks for being here, sister. Wow. Naked HD, no thank you. Hey, Dwayne Beauchamp in the house. See, Lisa does drink Fresca. I told you. I predicted it. It was my intuition. I said, that's a Fresca gal. It doesn't exist anymore. It used to. Here a long time ago, I had heard of that when I was way back in the 80s, when my dad, before my dad passed away, imagine. Yes, Fresca. I think it's a drink that nobody likes. And when you go in to buy a 2-liter bottle of it, it's like 23 cents. They don't sell it. Very expensive. My first apartment, I said, oh, well, is it, you get 3 Pepsis for $7, or do you pick up 15 Frescas for $5? 15 Frescas. Yeah, keep hitting me. Wayne Mansfield, thanks for being here, you guys. Dragon Sage in the house. Am I yelling in this? Sorry about it. Sorry, guys. DJ637. Bruce, you're a legend. Oh, thanks a lot, guys. Of course not, but I appreciate the words. Thanks for all you do. I salute you. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Definitely. Even though I'm not allowed to salute. I remember Fresca was big here in the U.S. the 70s. Yeah, hey, I didn't know that. I knew it was a drink around here. It was like, way back with the orange crush bottles, the glass orange crush bottles, where you needed 2 hands to lift it up. It was so bloody heavy. Big, thick glass. People would drink the big glass and just smash the bottle, and it wouldn't smash because it was too thick. Yeah, sexy trolls. That's my nickname. No, I'm kidding. Tommy Langley, thanks you guys, and thanks for being members too. Thanks so much for coming in. Danny Johnson in the house. Yes, Danny, I remember the tab, man. I do. I remember Tab Cola. TAB with an off red can, which was just as good as the Coke and the Pepsi. Not a Pepsi or Coke fan, but thank you so much, Beth. Appreciate that. Mix Ma'am, question: could static electricity play havoc? Electricity, I like that one. Play havoc from those SD cards sliding in and out of that pocket. Yeah, wow. I wouldn't actually. That's a hell of a good one. Yeah, it can be, man. I guess, eh? And it wouldn't take much, eh? That makes sense. That's like saying grab the SD card, rub it on a carpet from the front to the back. Maybe you could damage it. I'm not going to blow that one off. Probably possible. But I know one thing: when those flashes occur, the UFOs, that's when it happened the last video I posted of a UFO. You'll see two flashes, and the UFO came down low in the sky. Look at the UFO videos that people are filming. The lights are small. My balls are big that I'm getting. I got big balls in the sky that I'm getting in the sky balls, which are just basically balls of energy in the sky, you know? Well, if there's something, you could also share the link in the comment section after too, if ever that maybe might work better. Zima, that one doesn't ring a bell, man. I don't know about that one. Thanks, Darla. Kefir. Never heard of it. Gross. Hey, Crosshatch, thanks for coming in, you guys. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Kefir it is. There you go. You just said it. I thought it was like a lemony thing. You're absolutely right. It's fizzy grape juice. Fizzy grapefruit juice. It's basically what it was. Not juice. It's how do you say le liqueur in English? Soft drinks. Ever wonder why they call them soft drinks when only the soft drinks have the fizziness? Stupid, eh? Here, have a soft drink. Anyways. I know a guy that has a YouTube channel. I don't remember what his name is, or the channel is. All he talks about is dumb shit, like I just said. That is all he talks about. And he gets 3 million views a day. He's hilarious. But all he talks about are silly things like that. I never do scroll all the way down to the bottom, but I will. And you guys will be stuck hearing me say that all the time. Sometimes I get up to 1,400 people to stop by the channel. It's always really cool. Tammy says, my husband bought me a pair of binoculars, 10 by 50. Perfect. He's not a sky watcher, so he has no idea that they are basically bird watching binoculars. Yes. Yes, 10 by 50. God bless his soul. I don't have the heart to tell him. I hear you, Tammy. I hear you on it. But it's like, yeah, 10 by 50. Garbage. No, I'm kidding. It's like, I'll tell you what, you'll be able to see the sky really well. You will be able to see the UFOs going by too. It's just for the zooming, right? It's just regular binoculars, yes. But if you see birds, wow, you'll see them really well. Thanks, Tammy, for sharing that. Damn right. Agreed. Hey, Polly P, how's it going? KM from Arizona is in the house. Thank you very much. Sure, if I missed you guys. I get called nuts, says Crosshatch. I sing on my first floor window that looks out to my street and make music on tab. Loud neighbors like me. I bet they do. Man, when I was back in school and even in university, no, that's not true. I just wanted to say that once in my life because I didn't go to university. I went to the University of Hard Knocks. But people like that that are open-minded and they don't hold back from doing shit are the people that I used to hang out with. Sab the Seeker the other day makes a video. Sab the Seeker channel. He goes inside the store, I think with his wife or girlfriend, with him, maybe a daughter, it could be wrong, a lady figure with him. And he walks into the store to go get some aluminum to do a project, which was because, anyways, at one point he was doing a funny project, but he walked in with his mask and started making noise going up and down the aisles. And I said, that takes balls. It takes a lot of balls. I'm less shy talking about what NASA is doing on the moon than actually maybe trying that. What I wanted to do here, guys, is go into town and ask questions to people if they know or heard about the UFO report, if they've ever heard of, I wanted to go on the puberty blocker question side, but I'm not going there. I'm not going to touch any of that. Being careful. Talking about puberty blockers the other day, giving them to children without the parents knowing to base their estrogen and testosterone. That explains some of the girls in my school that had mustaches. Maybe that's what they needed. That's probably what they should have had. Talking to myself here. They really do. Sorry. Bruce, was the Kevin MacLeod tune you used to play on the channel when you had around 2,000 subs? Oh, I think so. It was way back, Burn. Way back, Kevin MacLeod tune. Most of the tunes that I used, and even still here today, most of them are Kevin MacLeod. In Incompetech.com, for those of you that were curious about some of the music. Now I'm checking a little bit in YouTube's audio, but I'm not too impressed. They put in 50 to 60 new songs. There's maybe 3 of them that are good. Well, for me on my end anyways. But yeah, it could be way back a long time ago. I was probably that low in subs for sure when I started sharing his songs. Rational Mind Riot, Bruce, gonna be famous. Yeah, maybe not. I wish. It'd be nice if the research gets out to others, and I'll always remain humble either way. Remain humble with a king outfit, but I'll still remain humble. I got myself a little pin, the king. Bruce is the king. No. Dwayne, you said it, man. And thanks again, bro, for being a neighbor, a member. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Believer faith over fear is exactly what I agree with. That's how I killed the devil, by laughing at his face. I scared him, and I saw him leaving with his tail between his legs, and because that's how it is. We're raised on fear tactics by parents to protect us as kids, so it does work, right? The fear tactic thing. Oh, don't go too close to the edge. Oh, you fall over. Oh, thinking of my friend, poor guy, raised. Well, I was with my son too, but proud of him and proud of me raising my son by myself, but with no woman's help. But and he didn't turn out too bad. Didn't make a woman out of him, but my haunted life is here. Redhorn says, if aliens are up there on the moon, maybe they'll be coming down here soon. I absolutely believe that. Yes, they'll probably be coming here very, very soon. It's coming, Dan. Lots of new changes. Held Lightning, how's it going? Thanks for being here. It's a Kai. Crosshash says, maybe they'll visit and knock on your door. So just say hi. Don't go hiding under the floor. Aliens are only trying to say hi. Yes, exactly. Me, I don't even fit under the floor. So not much place to hide here unless I stand up against a wall like that. But yeah. So we got this one here. Hope you guys don't mind, but he doesn't have any pants on. Aliens do that. They're perverts. Walk around with no clothing. Julie and Floyd, thank you again for that. Beautiful. I didn't go all the way down, did I? Must be a lot of people here for me not to be able to get to the bottom of the chats. And of course, unfortunately, I can't answer them all. Would be impossible, but I try. Kimos K is in the house. Thank you very much. Caleb Benjamin, thanks. And it's insulting. Like, look, I just chose Caleb, but I scrolled up a bit more and I saw C5 over top. If I would have missed them, some people get insulted sometimes, and I don't want you guys to. C5 Circle Simon. He's the one that drew that amazing portrait. I'm going to go over. There we go. Of Skinny Bob with Darla's picture right there. Darla Lama. Darla Lama has been posting some funny shit in the community, in her community. Take the time to check out her channel. Unless you're trolls. Dazzy Bling in the house. I did not see Dazzy Bling. Dazzy Bling, thanks as always for coming to the streams. I really appreciate that. Hey, Super Dave 44 in the house. How's it going, brother? Nice to see you, man. C5 Circle is the happiest man on the planet. Much love, girls and guys. Bruce, I have so much flashes that will knock you over, lad. Bring it on, man. Bring it on. You guys be checking Simon's videos. Simon does the same thing, filming in the sky with infrared cameras, and he films the lights, but he gets reactions from them because he speaks to the sky. And what I love is the authentic, natural beauty in his voice, because he's a sexy son of a... Anyway, son of a gun. You could see that it's real when someone's talking to the sky, and we get overwhelmed when we see the flashes like that. It works through energy. If you're an energetic person like Simon and I, you're going to see a lot of stuff in the sky. Was it Lisa or someone? There's a couple of people last week that said they saw their first UFO in so many years. They'd never seen them before. And that's always a cool thing. Hey, 126 thumbs up. I thank you all so much. Absolutely. When we get to 200 likes, it's very rare, but I'm happy at least 200 people were here. And insistent sexy troll. Yes, we got him. There's Dazzy Bling. Thanks a lot, sister, for being here and for being a member, my friends. Leia, thanks for everything, you guys. Oh, the bot Waze easy. How's it going, my friend? It also promotes Certo. Yes, sir. One paid bot there. Yep. Lots of bots here. Barb Weist in the house. You have to check out Barb's opinions on the shit that's going on in the world, because that's exactly, I'm sure I took the words out of her mouth. That's what's happening. And I have a lot of fun going to Barb's channel too. Thanks, Barb, for being here. Someone yelled out, sarsaparilla. Lol, don't think I spelled that right. Lol. Yeah, I think it was. Real Contact, backed up by radio and called out so much of it. I can make a movie. I love your show, Bruce. Hey, we'll be checking that out, brother. Your show, Bruce C5, is the way forward. Yes, we are a community that is growing. We are one. Absolutely. And guys, do take the time to check out C5 Circle, Mr. Simon, and give him some encouragement. Coca-Cola went soft when they stopped putting cocaine in the drinks. Yep, it's absolutely true. That's the worst of it. There was cocaine in the drinks, and people were so energetic, and they were like, wow, holy crap, man, I love this Coca-Cola, man. I feel like working and running around, and people got addicted to it. They hooked people on freaking liquid cocaine by putting it in soft drinks. You know, you can only imagine a couple of the dogs that lapped some of that shit up, how high they were. But that's what they did. There was cocaine inside of Coca-Cola. And Coca-Cola makes me laugh because when you read it backwards, it says a cock. A cock. That's what it says. Coca-Cola. And Pepsi backwards, well, Pepsi is Pep. Yeah, cocaine. The Pep dealers dealing out some liquid some powdered pep. Oh yes, thanks, man. I did not know. Zima. Okay, Zima. That spelled that way. That's more familiar. Yeah, that I think it rings a bell. There could have been some here. Yes, Barb. Lisa says, Annette, go to the Facebook page to be able to see that message or the link. With pleasure. Zima, something different. Yeah, very different. Yes, they are bots. Lots of bots here. Here a bot, there a bot, everywhere a bot. Thank you so much, Darla. So, envision to go around Venus, satellite around Venus, to study the atmosphere, and they're going to get down to about 100 kilometers over the surface. NASA's to launch 2 more choppers to Mars. I wanted you all to know also an effort to bring back Martian rocks back to Earth, which nobody gives a shit about the rocks. Why don't they bring back some building samples, maybe some images of some of the wallpaper schemes in some of the buildings in Mars. So the ESA makes ground motion data free. My friends, for those of you who study earthquakes, Super Dave, a whole bunch of people, 44, that do check out his channel, please. An amazing friend and contributor to the channel. Those of you who like gathering up data or having data presented online, which is rare, about all the movements and earthquakes. It's funny, the things are shaking. Earthquakes online. Well, the data information. Now, am I going to say it? The ESA makes all ground motion data freely accessible. So if you want information about little tiny tremors that are occurring in certain areas, you'll be able to look at the tremors right over your town and to document or follow it to see if there's ever any major fluctuations or differences, transformations in some of the readings. But that's something that they're going to be keeping free for everyone. NASA passes, like I said, the authorization bill. So that had to do with making some superconductor chips. But aside from that, the goal of that was, which Biden said he's already going to sign it and accept the bill. It's to extend the authorization of NASA to use the space station during the years 2024 to 2030. The L3 Harris deliver 5 missile warning satellites that will be sent up there in 2023 on launches. So 4 infrared sensor satellites that will be used for Space Development Agency and one of them for the Missile Defense Agency. Why do you think Missile Defense Agencies needs to have eyes up in the sky? It's because there's going to be a war. There's a war already here. And if war goes into space, like we already know it's there, I'm not talking about attacking space. I'm talking about attacking points on Earth in space, from space, which is definitely what they're going to do, because that's what they do. Rocket Man, North Korea, Kim Jong-un, has declared that he is ready and capable of sending nuclear bombs onto everyone's head. So my suggestion, when do we make a swimming pool there? That's what I have to say. Jess S., thank you very much. Anything on CERN? Haven't seen any news about it. That's a good one. I'll tell you what, I'm happy you asked that. Jess 5, thank you so much, you guys. Let me take 2 seconds here. There we go. I think it's here. There is some news that came out, but on I think it's the SETI Institute that it came out about CERN, something to do with plasma. Give me a second. I'll try to get it for you because it was interesting. There's even a part of it that I couldn't understand myself. Why did the link disappear? Hold on here. That is so embarrassing. It happens to me every time. I documented the link. I put it in my favorites. It's gone. You can't put SETI in your friggin' favorites, I guess. Okay, I found it. They changed the link's position. Okay. So let's see really quick what they were saying about CERN. The Awake collaboration. That's the one there. Oh my gosh. What the heck is this Chinese writing? I think I'm getting hacked. Right. The Awake collaboration. There's a collaboration called Awake. It achieves control over the instabilities of a proton bunch in plasma. As disinteresting as it is for some, the Advanced Wake Field Experiment, Awake, is a large experiment carried out at CERN. And this project investigates plasma, wake field acceleration. I'm telling you, NASA is aiming on having more power and more speed at getting out further out, because obviously once these probes and satellites wind up at the other end of the world, they run out of fuel. Think of it. We're sending out fuel in tanks around space. Not too bright. So the CERN investigates plasma wake field acceleration. It is the first research effort in this field to use relativistic proton bunch. Hey, guys, finally, the relativistic proton bunch. I don't understand anything that I'm reading to you right now. I'm not going to pretend I know anything I'm talking about, because you'd all know I was a big ass liar. Accelerate witness the field to use relativistic, somebody look that up, proton bunch as a driver. But here's what gets scary: as a driver of plasma wake fields to accelerate witness electrons to high energies. Bad news. That's what this means. To use a proton bunch has numerous advantages for plasma acceleration experiments. So I can confirm that they just recently did a plasma acceleration experiment on CERN, and this information is not even on CERN. It's on phys.org, which is physics.org. Most notably, it allows researchers to maintain a large accelerating gradient over long distances. So that makes sense right away. So they're looking for ways to be able to go far out in space, but to keep that speed of them being able to reach certain areas, right? There's one of them that's going to be, I think just yesterday, that passed a meteor, and it was faster. The satellite was going faster than the meteor that was going away from Earth. The Awake collaboration, the group of researchers involved in the Awake experiment, includes, so that you know, with CERN and physicists, more than 100 engineers and physicists from 23 different institutes worldwide. In a recent paper published in Physical Review Letters, this large team of scientists show that the self-modulation of a proton bunch can be controlled by seeding the instability. So seeding instability is bad news. They're trying to make, I'm going to come out and say it, they are manipulating the wavelength of plasma. The wavelength that plasma has, they're going to be able to manipulate that so that plasma in groups of small protons will be more strong to be able to head further out into space. That's all I understood about it. And it still remains interesting, though. And that was the news about CERN, but it's funny you say that. They just started the Hadron Collider, and we're not seeing any news about what's going on with CERN. They are smashing 1 billion collisions per day, and they're smashing at high rates of speed, just under the speed of light and sound or whatever. And they're going around smashing atoms together to create unknown phenomena and elements that have never been seen before in the universe, let alone here on Earth. Opening black holes, not a good thing that they're doing, that's for sure. I'm just going to go look at this website that I usually go to. No, I'm no genius, and I'm almost embarrassed when it comes to talking about particle physics because it's like, you know, it's like going from coloring books to to math, you know. You know, I'm in the high energy physics community, I guess. I'm just one of the dumbest ones. Let me see here real quick. Sorry. Yeah, the Higgs, they talked about that at one point. No, they're quiet with the news at CERN, the LHC. No news. Very quiet. Oh, wait a minute. CERN's doing that. CERN's accelerating aerosol production. Holy shit. July 2022. Enhancement, simulation of aerosol particle formation during the Asian monsoon in the global. Okay, the cloud collaboration. Oh, gosh. The cloud collaboration at CERN has undiscovered a new mechanism accelerating the formation of aerosol particles in the upper troposphere. Bull crap. That's not going to help. Aerosols. What are aerosols? They're not good for the environment. They're not good for the atmosphere. And aerosols is what they're spraying, chemtrails and stuff. These heavy things that are coming back down, anyways. With potential implications for air pollution regulations, the results, published in Nature magazine, I guess, show that an unexpected synergy between nitric acid, sulfuric acid, and ammonia leads to the formation of aerosols at significantly faster rates. You don't want these assholes to get this information, eh? They're speeding up the death rate. That's what they're doing. Trying to get people to die faster. Oh, good. We can start right away with the aerosols. Faster rates than those from any two of the three components. The mechanism may represent a major source of cloud and ice seed particles in certain regions of the globe, says the team. Aerosol particles are known to generally cool the climate by reflecting sunlight back. Oh, hang on there. 1 second. So, Bill Gates wants to block out the sun, right? Yes, we know that. Aerosol particles are known to generally cool the climate by reflecting sunlight back into space and by seeding cloud droplets. But the vapors driving their formation are not well understood. Then why do it? The Cloud Cosmic Leaving Outdoor Droplets facility. Did you know that the CERN has a Cosmic Leaving Outdoor Droplets facility? The East area replicates the atmosphere in an ultra clean chamber to study under precisely controlled atmospheric conditions the formation of aerosol particles from trace vapors and how they grow to become the seeds for clouds. So it's all about the geoengineering again. CERN's implicated in that. CERN's implicated in defense, and you know, you just know that, right? Ammonia and nitric acid. So you can be sure they're spraying this shit in the sky, guys. Building on earlier findings, the ammonia, that's healthy, the sky, right? Why do people use ammonia to clean? Kills everything. And nitric acid, which probably can basically be in Kool-Aid, can accelerate the growth rates of newly formed particles. So it's the expansion. That's what they want to do. Is the reason why they put some of these toxins in the air and chemicals, it's to make water droplets cling to the aerosol. in the air, and these water droplets cling to it, make the droplets heavy, and then they come down, and they can come down in acid rain. You know, a lot of you tell me, Bruce, every time I see chemtrails, there's always rain after. But that could be that it's the geoengineering that's causing the rain, or helping the rain that's going to be announced the day after. Because geoengineering, to make it rain, I think they use that as an excuse as to what's going on, when in reality, I think they're maybe doing some other things, even though I don't have, you know, the absolute proof of that. So that naked link screwed up the whole, I don't know how many times you guys seen the naked link posted, but it was posted about 80 times. Yeah, Darla. Well, that's how it is. It's the same dirty birds that hate me from the past. Hey, guys. I mean, it's just so evident. When you come here, Bruce has a smile and you just want to smack it. I guess. I don't know. Thanks, man. It's some real amazing stuff coming. My competitive side will take me further than I can imagine, bros. I'm so happy. I might explode. Don't explode, dude. Don't explode. I get it. I'm fusioning, dude. That's exactly what I'm doing. Because they say there's no fire in the sun, it fusions. Hey, you see what's all the fires on the sun? You're stupid. There's no fire on the sun. It's fusion. Guy looks it up. Fusion meaning. Copy, paste, goes back. You idiot. Goes back. Thank God for the copy and paste, as we'd all be stupid, right? Most people do that. Got to be very careful when you're copying and pasting information, because people will assume that you understand everything you're copying down and pasting. Beth, no, yes, everybody. Thanks a lot for being here, you guys. Absolutely will self-destruct in a couple of seconds. Oh, there it goes. Everyone can do it here in this channel. Hold down on the name and hit report. Yes. Don't report me. Lisa chose. When a couple of people do that, I know a lot of you do too. It's so greatly appreciated. Hey, Christy Lindsay. Thank you. Thank you so much. How are things advancing, Christy? I'm going to talk loud because Christy's probably bopping up and down in her work in the field somewhere in some machine. Love you, Christy. Thank you so much for the generous contributions, the amazing support to the channel, and the friendship, guys, of course. Barb Weiss, the best one I've ever heard was the one that, thank you. Corian. Thanks, man. Hi, how's it going? Thanks, Caleb Benjamin. Appreciate that. Alyssa, thank you guys for the amazing support you give this channel. I cannot ever thank you enough. I think a Space Force was announced public to states and industry. It was the starting shot for the whole money hunt and man-made crisis. Yeah, they're also part of it. The money, the funding that they're asking for a lot of money now, because just very recently in June or July, they were asking for, stuff to money, not stuff, money. Christy, I don't know if you're looking or not, but I still have this beautiful, incredible gift that you sent me. I got it up. I like even the colors. It's a beautiful, thoughtful, I believe in you 100%. Some encouragement that Christy had sent way back in the day. And I keep all of these, guys, absolutely. And I appreciate that. It's just that I can't always show everything. But I sure appreciate the positivity back, my friends. I love you all so much for it. Christy, thank you so much. Hyped. Simon, if you're too hyped like that, you're going to track all the UFOs. Thank you, Super Dave. Thank you so much for being here, brother. You guys will love his channel too. Check him out. Beth No Yes got a UFO during the day the other day. These videos will remain very, very low key because people won't go to see them. Take the time to go see it. And take the time to go see Peter Benton's at 5,000.1 now. Very important. Aliens are wearing the Porky Pig outfit, t-shirt, no pants. Yes. Yeah, I know. I mean, you think of it, walking around with no pants like that. He looks horrible. Have a good laugh with him. Neighbors don't like him too much. Like, obviously when I go out and cut the grass and stuff, I bring him outside. No, I don't. I left him standing up once in the neighbor's garden, and I almost thought she was going to call the cops. So I'd be very, very careful. I went and stood Kazoo up in the garden in the tomatoes like this, bent down into the tomatoes. It's so stupid, eh? I thought it was so funny. I laughed by myself. I sat outside looking at it and taking pictures of it because I thought it was so funny. I live alone, eh? Modern Archive, thank you so much, you guys. What do you think about the space critters we see on footage, STL-75 there? I love talking about that, Modern Archive. Thank you so much. The tether incident, the tether experiment. Absolutely. For those who don't know, the STS-75 mission came out, and they had a long tether, which is a long beam-like object arm that got lost into space. And when that happened, like Modern Archive is talking about that situation, is that this arm was surrounded by what looked like biological creatures. And they really are biological. Modern Archive. Thanks again, Christy. They really are living creatures like jellyfish, illuminated. Okay, like illuminated glowfish, literally glowworms. Okay, they were pushing themselves in space like that with this massive skin at the back, like any jellyfish that you'd see in the water or type of creature. I believe those were all aliens that we were seeing, but of microbial aliens. For whatever the reasons, microbial aliens are the size of buildings in space. Those objects were not small. They were like bigger than the craft that they were filming it in. That remains one of my most exciting ones to talk about, Modern Archive. Absolutely. The STS-75 mission, which shows the tether incident breaking away, and you're seeing all the jellyfish like creatures around the tether. The beautiful thing, Modern Archive, is I got the video up here, man. You got to check it out. I filmed them really close, showing that they were all appearing in the same invisible area, like a black hole or portal right in space, where they were just appearing and then they were coming out, appearing and coming out. It's not for nothing that NASA is looking to go through the black holes to find out where the wormholes are. I think we can all understand. Listen, the universe is like a bowl of spaghetti, right? Literally like a bowl of spaghetti minus the sauce. Okay. Got all the noodles intertwining and tight, wrapping themselves around and going up and down in the bowl. Well, imagine the universe being the bowl, and all those wormholes and tunnels and other dimensions can all be reached through those incredible tunnels. Who knows how far we can go inside of them? We got the UFOs. What they're doing, they're bending space and time to go from one point to the other. So they're right here, and they want to get to right here. From right here, all they have to do is warp and bend space and time. And then the point between them is just that thin. It's just a little gap. They have to travel that little gap to be able to cross the whole bloody universe. So what they're doing is they're cutting across the dimensions instead of going through wormholes. They're not going through wormholes. They're literally cutting through everything. Anyways, you got me talking about a whole bunch of crazy stuff now, but I believe that tether incident, the STS-75 mission, was something that they really regret having showed. And you can really see that these are biological living organisms that look a lot like space is an ocean. Like we're looking outside this vast ocean of space, which is pretty crazy. Ladies and gents, I have to thank you all for the amazing support to this channel. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. We had an amazing conversation. Tonight, we'll get into some really crazy theories, or maybe we'll see what we'll talk about. I have another stream coming up at 8 p.m. tonight. Be here for another couple of hours. It's the only way I get to interact with you all face to face, sort of face to face. I don't force anyone to have to subscribe to come to the streams because I already have no new people coming here, which if you go look in the description of this video, I said to all new people here, let me know that you're new. I've been here. 1,400 people today just went by. I know it's hard to believe. We'll see what the views are on this after. Usually when I close it up, we're about at 1,000, 1,100 views. Watch it be the opposite. But a lot of people do come to the stream. And I have to thank you all so much for doing so. Aliens are wearing the pork. Yeah, it was a Naked HD. Only Putin didn't find girl with us. Wow. I love the way they pretend to leave out a syllable, a word, so that people pretend that they're from another country. I have people attacking my channel that pretend they're from Brazil when nobody from Brazil comes and attacks my channel. They're all good people. Yeah, Canadians, Americans, English people, whatever, Chinese, they all change their cultures and pretend to change their cultures and come back. So there's still some more porn that was here. Hey, thanks for stopping the porn, y'all, from coming in. Those new people, Star Hunter, how's it going, brother? Go kick that bat, yeah. So listen, those of you that are new to the channel, there's a lot of bullshit lies about UFOs. Most of the UFO videos are manipulated and trafficked. There are some incredible videos. And what you'll do is you'll wind up on a channel that has no views, and you'll just see this amazing real UFO video that's just sitting there. That's often what happens. If you're new to the channel, you have to take the time to check out my podcast. Guys, when you come to the channel, go look at the playlists for those that are a little lost and knowing what work I do. Every video made in 2022, there's a playlist for that. All moon videos is playlists for that. There's a playlist for the podcasts. And if you want to get an idea, a bit of what I'm doing here. So thank you again so much for the incredible support that you give this channel. I'll never be able to thank you all enough, but I sure as hell appreciate it. Please take the time to come back also during tonight's stream and be watching the videos. I'll get some videos up. Weather was pretty bad here. There'll be no UFOs tonight because I don't have the infrared for a couple of days, but I'll post what I filmed the other day. 2, 3 UFOs popping up on the screen together, appearing, disappearing as I'm talking and asking them to appear. So greatly appreciated for all the generous contributions, guys. And if you're here, you're definitely contributing to the channel. I love you all so very much. And I'll check you out in the community and or on the video in the comment section. Not everybody has to leave a comment on the live stream. It's not always fun leaving comments when you just saw a live stream, but I assure you the thumbs up really does help because it permits YouTube's algorithm to share and recommend my channel to more people, which is very rarely done. And to all that I've missed your comments, it's impossible for me to answer them all. Really sorry for doing so. And I'm off. Talk to you all very, very soon. I'm off to answer some comments now. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thanks, mods. Thanks, everyone. Love you all.